Ford, the American car giant, always wants to be top dog. They've built iconic cars, but even they know they need to shake things up sometimes. A few years ago, someone in a Ford design meeting had a brilliant idea: tiger stripes. Yes, you read that right. They wanted to paint cars with tiger stripes. The thinking, as far as anyone could tell, was this: tigers are cool. People like cool things. Therefore, people will like cars with tiger stripes. Simple, right? Well, as we'll see, it wasn't quite that straightforward. The plan was to offer these tiger stripes on a range of Ford models, from the sporty Mustang to the family-friendly Focus. They even trademarked the name Tiger Stripe Edition. They were serious about this. Now, I like tigers as much as the next bloke. Magnificent creatures. But on a car? Not so much. The designers at Ford, however, were convinced they were onto a winner. They envisioned a bold, eye-catching design that would appeal to a younger, hipper demographic. You know, the kind of people who wear their baseball caps backward and say things like lit and on fleek. Marketing departments love this kind of talk. It's edgy, they'd say. It's disruptive. They probably even used the word synergy a few times. The problem was, nobody bothered to ask the customers what they thought. Putting stripes on a car might sound simple, but it's not as easy as it looks, especially when you're talking about intricate flowing lines like tiger stripes. Ford soon discovered that painting these stripes was a logistical nightmare. First, they had to develop a special kind of paint that could adhere to the car's body panels and withstand the elements. Then they had to invest in expensive robotic painting equipment that could apply the stripes with precision. Even then, the process was fraught with problems. The stripes often came out crooked, smudged, or uneven. The robots, it seemed, weren't quite as skilled as the tigers they were trying to emulate. This led to delays, rework, and a lot of wasted paint. But the real problem wasn't the paint or the robots, it was the customers, or more accurately, the lack of customers. When Ford finally unveiled their Tiger Stripe Edition cars to the public, the reaction was underwhelming. Dealerships were met with blank stares and nervous laughter. People weren't exactly lining up to buy a car that looked like it had been attacked by a giant felt-tip pen. The younger, hipper demographic that Ford was targeting thought the stripes were, well, a bit naff. The older, more traditional Ford customers, meanwhile, were simply baffled. What in tarnation, they'd mutter, scratching their heads. The marketing hype machine ground to a halt. The edgy, disruptive design had disrupted nothing but Ford's sales figures. Section 5. $1 billion. Down the drain. The financial fallout from Ford's Tiger Stripe debacle was significant. All told, the company is estimated to have lost over $1 billion on the project. That's a lot of money to flush down the toilet, even for a company as big as Ford. The costs included everything from research and development to marketing and advertising to unsold inventory. Ford had bet big on the Tiger Stripes, and they had lost big. It was a costly reminder that even the best laid plans can go awry. The company's stock price took a hit. and their reputation suffered. The whole automotive industry watched in amusement as Ford tried to explain how they'd gotten it so wrong. Section 6. Damage control. To their credit, Ford didn't try to deny the Tiger Stripe fiasco. They owned up to their mistake and moved quickly to try to mitigate the damage. They discontinued the Tiger Stripe edition, offering hefty discounts on the remaining models. They also launched a series of humorous ads, poking fun at themselves and their ill-fated design choice. We tried to make a statement, one ad read. We just didn't expect it to be in Comic Sans. The ads were a hit, and they helped to soften the blow of the failed project. Ford had learned a valuable lesson about the importance of market research, customer feedback, and knowing when to say no to a bad idea. Section 7. Lessons learned. So, what did Ford learn from their billion-dollar mistake? Hopefully, a few things. First, just because something sounds cool in a meeting doesn't mean it will resonate with customers. In fact, more often than not, it won't. Second, market research is your friend. Don't be afraid to ask potential customers what they think of your ideas, even if you're convinced you're a genius. They might just save you $1 billion. And finally, sometimes it's okay to admit you've made a mistake. Don't be afraid to pull the plug on a project that's clearly not working. It's better to cut your losses than to keep throwing good money after bad. Section 8. What could have been? The $1 billion that Ford wasted on the Tiger Stripe debacle could have been put to much better use. They could have invested in developing new electric vehicles, improving fuel efficiency, or enhancing safety features. They could have used the money to support their workforce, invest in their communities, or fund research and development of truly innovative technologies. Instead, they spent it on a gimmick that nobody asked for and nobody wanted. It's a shame, really. Ford had an opportunity to make a real difference, but they blew it on a bad case of the stripes. Let's hope they've learned their lesson. Section 9. The future of car design. The automotive industry is at a crossroads. With the rise of electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and shared mobility, the very definition of a car is changing. In this rapidly evolving landscape, it's more important than ever for car makers to stay ahead of the curve. But as Ford's Tiger Stripe misadventure shows, innovation for innovation's sake is not always a good thing. Car makers need to strike a balance between pushing the boundaries of design and technology while also listening to their customers and responding to their needs. The future of car design is not about gimmicks or fads. It's about creating vehicles that are safe, sustainable, stylish, and most importantly, desirable. Let's hope that Ford and other car makers have learned from the mistakes of the past and are ready to embrace a brighter, more thoughtful future.